Hello lovelies, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the place where I watch basically whatever I want. And yes, welcome back Engine. And you got your wish through because I filmed my first ever part of my music video marathon series for ENHYPEN to finally catch up into their music videos that have been released over the last 2 years. I released that video filmed that video literally 2 days ago, and now I'm here to continue filming for them because we are going to be watching and listening to Orange Blood. I got into Dark Blood, I believe, last year at this point. Was it 2025? I'm trying to think, it was older than that, but I got into that then, and that was a lot of fun. That was exciting, and now we're going to be continuing on. So if you want to see more, we're going to still be watching and listening to Sweet Venom here, but if you want to get into more of that, then check out the music video marathon that I did earlier this week even. But we're back with yet another one. So we're going to be listening to, I believe, 5 new songs today, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that sounds about right. Or 4 new songs technically still, since I have listened to Sweet Venom, even though it was literally, no, just a day ago. I watched that yesterday. Time goes by so fast and weirdly. But we're going to be listening to 5 songs in total, 4 new ones, which are Mortal, which we have a lyric video for, and I also believe a performance. No, that is for another video, or another song. We have Mortal, and then we're going to watch the Sweet Venom Be Original. Then we're going to get into Still Monster, I'm not entirely sure how you say that, and that also has a performance on Music Bank. I'm crossing my fingers if this gets blocked. That sucks for me, but I think it should be fine, although we might be risking it there. And then we're going to watch Blind through a lyric video, or listen to Blind through a lyric video. And lastly, Orange Flower, You Complete Me. We shall watch first the track video, and because there's no subtitles on that video, we're going to watch the lyric video afterwards. So that is the plan. That's all we have for today. Still quite a few things to dive into, but it's a little bit more of like concise than sometimes it can be, and also knowing that I'm going to get into Ado's album next week, and that is going to be like probably 14 tracks. So just like it's nice, especially today since I only have about an hour and 30 minutes to film this video. So it's great. I'm finding pockets of time in my schedule to be able to film because I have a lot of labs right now because I'm doing a refresh on my statistics. So there's been a lot, let's just say, a lot of trying to come home, film, go, come home, film, go, like that's been it. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also like a lot and my brain is constantly on, but I think that's great also. I just enjoy being busy. I realized as soon as I started like actually taking care of myself. But enough about that, enough about me ranting. We shall dive in. So we're starting off with Mortal. All of these lyric videos are going to be by ShadowByYoongi, and then obviously we have some other stuff to include here as well. But I hope you guys are excited. Sorry if it's a little dark outside because now it's past 3 p.m. so that's what it is. But let's sit back, relax, and have a good time listening to a new ENHYPEN this was released in 2023, but a newer and finally be back to listen to ENHYPEN's music. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, lovelies, let's go into this. So we're starting with our first song, which is Immortal. So yeah, I really enjoyed Dark Blood. If you watched me watch that, because we got the trio, you know what I mean? Because I love Bite Me, it's such a good song. I love Sacrifice, good song. And Chakon, fucking found that, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. So I'm hoping for some peak today. I'm hoping for some fun stuff today. We're gonna see. I feel like here there was a little bit of a shift, so to say, for this album. Maybe, potentially. I feel like 2023 was a shift for them. So I am excited to see where this is gonna go. But grab your drink of choice, make sure you are sitting comfortably, and let's go ahead and get started and see where this takes us. So let's go. What do you have for me, boys?
반드시 오고야만 하는 마지막. 불멸하는 것은 오직 필멸뿐.
Oh.
Every world is bounded, and so winter eventually gives way to spring.
Let's go, Aussie.
放たれた矢のようにいつかの終焉に向かってひた走る僕らは
Damn, the voice.
巡り巡る説の中でようやく人生の美しさに気づくんだ.
Okay, we're waxing poetry right now.
Regret, shame, I've tasted their bitter tracks.
Oof.
불멸 따위 너를 위해 얼마든지 벌어주겠다고 다짐했고 날 기다리는 것이 텅 빈 채 침전하는 결말이라 해도
Damn.
그것이 너에게로 가는 길이라면
That soulmate shit is coming back.
우주의 별빛조차 언젠간 눈을 감아
Ooh.
순간이 소중한 걸 찰나의 반복 속으로 새긴 Carpe diem 있어도 좋아 너와 손잡고 갈 수만 있다면 비밀 속에서도 yeah 아름다울 거야.
Damn. Like, I'm not saying that Sweet Venom isn't deep, because it definitely has some lyrics there where you're like, whoa, but I would not think these two songs were connected. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to see the connection, to be fair. But, whoa. I don't know why this song feels really familiar. I think it feels, I think I know. I think it's a little, because it reminds me of Serendipity by Jimin. Just a little bit. If you know, you know. Right?
Such is my being. And again, you reach out.
君という光をこの瞳に宿して僕が僕でいられるように温かい息吹を吹き込んでくれた
How does that boy have such a deep
今の
voice?
僕を作ってくれた
You made me whole.
나를 완성해 주었다.
그럼에도 여전히 영혼에 남아있는 저주의 초라한 흔적.
This is telling some story.
化け物の心臓はこの愛もいつかは終わるのだと叫んでいる
But even if I'm still tainted by the curse, even if this love won't last forever, so what?
I know, that's right.
너 없이 영겁의 시간을 보낼 바에야 유한한 시간 속을 너와 함께
Damn. They're literally like, I'll give up.
우주의 별빛조차 언젠간
They're like, I'll give up forever for you. That's so crazy. Oof. Whenever that happens in media, it's like I say that as I'm currently reading Shadow and Bone. I'm not that keen on fantasy a lot of the times because I think my brain is like more connected and more can easily understand like the world that I live in. So like as soon as somebody introduces like magic to me, unless it's like really like this is how it is, like unless it's really like told and spelled out, I'm gonna have a hard time with it. But I do still love that idea of like being, because I'm a little bit of a romantic, I think, in my heart. Deep in my heart, I'm a little bit of a romantic. But that idea of like, I'll give up the potential of forever to be with this person, you know? What can I say? It says a lot. It says a lot. It's very strong.
우주의 별빛조차 언젠간 눈을 감아 이 모든 순간이 소중한 걸 찰나의 반복 속에
I'll turn up a little bit.
Carpe diem, carpe diem.
Oof.
얻어줘 너와 손잡고 갈 수만 있다면 비밀 속에서도 yeah 아름다울 거야.
A flower is beautiful, for its bloom is not eternal. I know that now. Thoughts of mortality shall no longer bind me to this world. 후회하지 않도록 지금 이 순간 최선을 다해 널 사랑해.
Oh.
限りあるからこそ美しい僕らを守るために今という時間を生きること
When you open your eyes, remember these reasons. The unwavering orange bright sunrise reminds me.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, sorry. we had definitely, there were lyrics here and there was singing here, but it was mostly just like spoken word poetry of a lot of things that I do agree with, because the idea of forever does scare me a little bit. Like, I think a part of me also would really love to be like, if immortality existed and I could exist forever, a part of me would, I think, enjoy it as long as there was an opt-out, which obviously probably means that you're not actually immortal. But, you know, I just think to see the the progression of humanity and, like, the world, I think would be interesting. But just, like, the idea of having to exist in this body and then see people that I love die, that shit is scary, right? But it's actually I can't remember who said that first, or if there's any credited person who said that first, to liken it to what Jake said there with, like, a flower being able to wilt is what makes it beautiful. Like, because if you have infinite supply of something, then it's worthless. You know, like, if we, for example, there's a planet out there that's made of diamonds. We know that. If that planet somehow, like, crashed into us in a way where we all didn't die, and there was unlimited, practically, diamonds on Earth, it would just be seen as, like, whatever, you know? So finite things are something that we want, kind of, in a way, if that makes sense. Like, the finality of something makes it, like, important. And I feel like that is something that they're saying here. And also, they're just like, I would give up my immortality for you. And, like, that little section of, like, I hope it's worth it. This is, like, really big words. But honestly, I think it works. And I can't remember if they did this as well for Dark Blood, but it would make sense if they did. Wow. That's really, really wild, but also very good. Very well done on their parts, because I felt that. And all their voices are really nice too. Does Jungwon have, like, the highest pitched voice of all of them? Because that's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's continue right along and get into what we have next. We are going to be watching the Sweet Venom B original. So yeah, I watched this music video literally yesterday, like I mentioned, but I've not seen the full choreography, of course, so that's going to be intriguing. But I enjoyed the song. Like I mentioned, though, I think EXO, out of the songs that I listened to, was my favorite. But it's still a fun song for sure. I just think, like, if you compare it to the other title tracks, where some of them were, like, life-changing to me, it's a little, there's a difference there, you know? But let's dive right in and see what they have for me. Let's go. Tone shift, but also not really. Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, he's immediately here to kill. Ooh, these fits, though? Ooh! Sorry, I saw my bias boy. Ooh! Contacts. Fucking love that. Again, that vocal line is so good. Where is your fucking waist? In fact, I saw, obviously, I was referring to Jungwon earlier. What the fuck? Where did it go? Where did it go? I want to know. I'm just not gonna comment on it because I'm gonna get mad. That's my Sunu. Get it, boy. Like, that boy is nothing but stunning. Ooh! This is very MJ. Ooh! That motherfucking smirk is deadly. I can't with the suspenders of it all. Hey. I don't know. Can we just have a chat about this? Because how does Nikki have like natural gray hair? That boy is younger than I am, okay? Like he is. He's on a gray area now because he literally he's fucking deadly. He's tall, he's broad, he's got this like gaze that I cannot get over, right? So like now it's a little different, but I still know that he's younger than I am, and I keep that in mind, so to say. How does he have naturally gray hair? To me, at least. Like, that's his hair color in my head. Because it looks so good on him. Sweet. Venom. Hey. Break it down. Little domino. Okay, that camera angle was everything. Heesung is feeling this MJ fantasy, and like I said, he's going like and he's that earlier move that he did where he did his little like that little hand flick or whatever. Wild, so controlled and cool. Zam. I love that little move because it's so groovy. Hi! He's so mischievous. He's like a wildcat.
Venom.
Was this before they had? No, we still have. Thank you. I forget when they introduced like the little part at the end where you get to just stare at them individually, but we still have it here. I was so curious about these pins. What's going on here? I don't think I can tell. That sucks. The contacts they have there here though, it's like in your face. Oof. Jay looks so good blonde. There we go. Stay true. Little stars. Again here, those are piercing as heck. But, you know, I see a lot of, like, people be like, burn those contacts, and, like, you can do whatever you want. Heck, I was one of those kids who was like, I want to get purple, like, contacts, and I want to wear them every single day. And a part of me still wants to do that. But I'm not opposed to it. Again, that little boy, I think is he older than I am? I cannot remember for the life of me. He might be. I'm not sure. He just gives me, like, the tiny wildcats, you know? Sonu just has a charm that's, like, a little cheeky, a little mischievous. You are so wild. And it's kind of crazy, again, to remember that he is indeed younger than I am. And still debuted in 2020. Crazy! Crazy to think about. I don't think I registered that his hair was blue in the music video yesterday. But it looks great. It does. Ooh, now see that I love. I'm not like the biggest fan of blue contacts, but when you do like a more hazel brown, that's right. That's right. Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. Let me get a pause on them all, just to be fair. Thank you. Also when it didn't fade and when it wasn't fully pulled in on Jake's face. Just to get a little distance between us, shall we? Yeah, that was sweet Venom. I talked about this, of course, in the actual music video reaction, which please check that out. I'll be sure to have that up there in that little corner button over there. I cannot remember what it's called, but that little press there and watch that video. But I talked about it there, that the song has like a groove that I really do appreciate. It just maybe isn't like exactly my thing, but the styling is really fun. It reminds me so much of like that era. Was it like 2016 or something, when it was like really popular to just be like wearing jeans and bomber jackets, except it's a little bit more stylized than that, because some of them are wearing suits basically. It reminds me of that era, and it's back. 2016 is back, is what I've heard. People be posting their throwback pictures, and I keep seeing throwback pictures, and I'm like, girl, I was 12 in 2016. 11 to 12. So like I got no throwback pictures. But yeah, I do enjoy the song, but it isn't like one of my faves. You know what I mean? No disrespect to her though. She's fun. If you enjoy Sweet Venom, good for you. But yeah. Alrighty, ready, Roo. Let's continue on and get into some more new stuff. So we're going to be watching the Still Monster. I assume it's supposed to be like Still Monster, like I'm still a monster, you know? But it is hard to tell when it's like spaced like this. But yeah, now we're going to get into what I assume is the meat of this album, was sure to say, because we obviously had the intro, and now we're going to see where this takes us. So let's listen to Still Monster, and then we're going to watch the performance afterwards. And we're going to see if it gets blocked. I'm going to do a little test upload and see. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Ooh. Not what I was expecting. A little... Ooh. Is there an eternal fight going on? Ooh, it's a little emo. Ooh. So it's kind of like that classic bad boy song of like, oh, I really love you, or like, I'm really into you and I wish we could be a thing, but you know, I've hurt. I have been hurt, and I'm hurting right now, and I continue to hurt people that I'm with. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that isn't a valid feeling. It's kind of, I think it's just been co-opted by some of the worst writers and worst people in history to be like, oh yeah, I hit my girl, but like, you know, I can still heal, and it's just a monster growing inside me. But that's just more of a reflection on them, I think. But yeah, I like the sullenness of this. I mean, it was literally called Still Monster, but I was thinking maybe it was going to be a little bit more like high-kicked and high energy, but it's a little bit more just like, aw, like that kind of song where you just listen to it and you're like, I did not expect to be depressed, but here we are, you know? I'm going to turn down my lights a little bit. It's a little annoying. There we go. We have a little doubling there. I can't tell. I think it's somebody who's just another member who's singing like very, very lightly, or it could be a female vocal right there. Because it's like da, 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 like up there. Damn, yeah, we're longing right now. That I can tell you. Oh, he's not a monster now. Ah. Ooh. That is very catchy though. Ooh! All the like melody lines in here are really catchy. That like da 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 da, like that, but also this part. Wow, wow. Hold on. I like how simple this song is though. Like that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Like, ooh. Ooh, okay. We have a lot. Like, the moodiness is here. And I appreciate that. Oh my god. Still. He's not a monster now. Still a monster, not a monster. Curious. Huh. Okay, very, very interested. First of all, I like that song a lot. I think, honestly, they pulled out a little bit more of an emo side. I mean, emo very lightly, I would say. But it was very, like, moody, and it just felt a little grimy and a little just, like, it felt sad, you know? In a way where it's clear that it's a lot of self-inflicted pain, you know? Because yes, maybe there did like occur something in the past where they hurt a person they love and it's like haunted them since then. But I think honestly, and not to this is not therapy speak, and I'm not like, I guess you'd say, I don't know if you definitely are probably not looking for like an answer to this, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. I think that forgiving yourself is something that you kind of have to learn to do, because otherwise you're gonna be stuck in a spiral of self-hatred that you'll never get out of, you know? And I think that at least, you know, things seem to be brightening a little bit, because they kept saying still a monster, but then also switching to I'm not a monster. So it's very curious. I wonder if it's, again, probably something to do with, like, hurting somebody they loved in the past. But it also might just be because they've been, like, pushed down and undermined their entire life. That is something that happens to so many people, where they don't understand, like, you know, there's room for growth, and you're definitely not what people think you are, despite what they might say, you know? But yeah, I enjoyed that, and especially like the little like the work with the tempos and the melodies and like the lines here were really like interesting to me, because we had that little da 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 da, and I mixed two parts up. I meant that da 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 da, and like how they worked with like the actual line delivery, I thought was really interesting. I wouldn't think that I would like love a song like this, but I enjoyed it. I would like to say I enjoyed it quite a bit. Obviously there's rewatches and re-listenings to do, but I'm into it. I'm into it, definitely. But since we're gonna watch this one more time and listen to the song again, I don't need to mute it. Since we're gonna do it again, I'm not gonna speak too much here because we still have another watch of this to do. And yeah, you're gonna probably see right about now if this has gotten blocked or not. If it has gotten blocked, it'll be in the link in the description for free on my Patreon, so you can actually watch it with me. But yeah, I'm ready to experience this and see where this goes, because I wonder what they're gonna, is there like a choreography here? Is there just, I don't know. I'm curious what they decided to do for this song, because, you know, it's definitely different than I think a lot of their title tracks are, obviously. There's not a lot of energy in this song, so I'm curious. But let's go. Venom.
Sweet Venom.
Let's go, boys. Ooh, okay, Fitz. Wow. Ooh, the colors. And the play with the patterns. Okay, it's moody. Woo. I fuck heavily with these outfits. Thanks, it's here. Ooh. These fucking pants. Wild. Ooh. They kind of did a little there. Huh. Ooh. That's real. The girls be screaming for someone. Ooh. There's a lot more of like faster and more precise movements than I thought there would be in the song, and that's really cool. But like, I feel the angst, and I wouldn't call it anger, right? Because I don't think this is an angry song, I would say. But just like the emotion you feel come through, just with like their voices, obviously, but also the dance itself. Like they're going off, and you just feel like, oh, you're really like, you're going through something right now. Like, that's what I'm feeling as I'm watching this. Oh, we're in a line. Ooh. This part is so subtle, but I honestly think it's my favorite of the song too. I think it's how they say those lines, but then also like the way it kind of like gives you a moment to breathe, but then like takes it away. Oof. Hey. Hey. I just hit my microphone really hard. Sorry about that. I think I've actually seen this part because somebody made, you know, those TikTok videos that like I really should just scroll past because I honestly don't think they have, because it's always like somebody who is like, oh, K-pop idols who stub their toe, and then it's like intro 25 seconds, and then when you watch it you're really like, oh, I didn't really get anything out of it, you just got a bunch of money from me though. You know, like that's how I feel with those videos. But I did see somebody made like most impressive like K-pop dance illusions, and I think they counted that one as one of them, like that switch between Sunwoo and Sungwoon that we got there. Shut. Because it does look really, really cool. Oh my god. I paused on that perfectly, almost. I didn't give enough credit and grace to his beautiful face, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I wonder if I've seen, where does that, yeah, I know, because I was wondering where I like got this from, or like I'd seen this move before, like this little like, I guess the movie they did when they did the monster thing, but I think it comes from me watching Gabriella and then doing this move, I think, at least I think that is where I get it from. But it also might be because I've seen that little section. But it was only like 3 seconds of the actual performance I watched because they just showed that transition. So I don't know. But it might be. It's a possibility. Possibility that I've seen it, or it's just that I'm likening it to Gabriella. I don't know. But yeah. I thought, like I said, they went a lot harder with this choreography than I thought they would. But it also, I think, it made sense because there clearly is, from reading the lyrics, there's a lot of, I don't know if I would call it repressed emotions, but there clearly is a lot of emotion in this song, let's just say, of self-doubt, regrets, self-hatred even, you know? So it makes sense to, I think, go more of a hard route, if that is the right word, to just like deliver that energy. I think works really well. So yeah, that was Still Monster. Now we're going to continue on with our next song, which is Blind. So yeah, let's see what is up next. I really don't know. Again, I have not basically heard anything of these albums. So let's see where this takes us. We have had a lot of more like bigger, I guess, a lot of like thoughts about mortality and a lot of about like spiritual things and stuff. So I'm curious to see where this goes. But let's get into Blind. Let's see what we have. Is our party song coming?
내가 사랑한 불멸 너를 볼수록 느껴 내 필멸이란 destiny.
Whoa. First of all, the immortality and mortality thing is coming up again. What was that vibe? Feels a little like I'm on a spaceship or something. Or like I'm in, what's like a show about, I don't know. Not Star Wars and Star Trek and those, because those are like movies. I'm thinking of like space travel, you know? Feels a little out of this world, a little alien somehow. It's very floaty in a way. Ooh. This feels like it's gonna be epic. Ooh. Whoa. It does feel like I'm in space right now. Ooh. Yes. Like, it's a little too slow to be like a clubby type of like dancey song, you know, but it also still has a little bit of a kick that I do appreciate, you know, especially that little part there where we had that little wait a minute, you know.
Give me your love to me. Now wait a minute, wait a minute. Give me your love to me. 주위가 흐려지다. 나만 네 또렷하다. 아픔이 너를 증명해. 나는 그게 싫지 않아.
Sparkle.
없음 어둠 속에 나 빠져들고 말 테니. 널 향한 걸음마다 고통이 난 타올라.
Hey. Ooh. Gorgeous. Let's go. Mood. That's really, really vibey. Oh my god, that voice crack was crazy. Sorry, I think I have something in my eye and it's really bothering me, so I'm just gonna like just act like nothing's going on. So it seems like, again, we have about like trust, love, and some very, again, a lot of very large proclamations of love and compassion towards somebody else. And because of that, like, the trust that they have, I guess, is what they're saying is, like, makes them blind, because they're like, I'm gonna follow you, like, I'm gonna follow you 1,000%. Like, I'm not going to stray off. I don't need to see, like, anything else, basically, you know? That's my little take on it, I guess. But I don't really know for sure. If you think I'm wrong about anything that I say in my videos, please leave it down in the comments below. I'd be happy to know what you have issue with, because that's how we learn as human beings. Just give me 1 second to fix this. Wow, homophobic. There was nothing. Oof. Seems like we're going a little bit different than I originally expected. Ooh! Was that a vocal or was that like an instrument? Because I truly don't know. I don't know. Hey. Oof. I don't think I've ever heard a song from them that sounded like this, but I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, it felt very, and I think that's maybe because they were talking about bright lights and like a lot of things that I think could be like a little perhaps likened to like space and stuff. Or though maybe that's like my take and it is completely off. Please let me know. But I got a little bit of that, and I think that was cool. But it seems like instead of being like, because of my trust for you, I give up my vision, it's kind of like, this is also overwhelming for me, but I will, like, my, like, eyes that are blind, like, my eyes are blind and I'll follow you because I trust you. Kind of similar, but not in the exact same way that I said it. Kind of just like flip it around a little bit. just flip it, just flip a little bit of what I said, and I think it kind of still makes sense to me about what the vibes was. But yeah, like I said, I liked it. Felt very, again, we had a little more of a like synthy vibe to this one, and was not thinking that was going to be the case actually with this being called, again, literally just blind. I had no clue what to infer with it, but it sounded really, really cool, and especially that little wait a minute, and also I think Nikki was the one who did it the most, at least, where that little ad-lib that was like again, if you watch any of my YouTube videos, you know that my brain loves to like pick up on silly shit. So that's what it just did. But yeah, I enjoyed the vibes there. I thought they were really, really splendid and like very cool, but also a little like not off in a bad way, but just like, whoa, I was not expecting this, you know? And that's really how I feel. It felt very unexpected, but also very good at the same time, you know? Just to be honest. But yeah, cool vibe, dudes. Cool job. Good on that one. So we only have one more song left to go, and that is our song Orange Flower. That's right. I was forgetting which thing followed after. But we have Orange Flower, You Complete Me. Official track video, Memories of Youth. So yeah, I'm curious about this. I have no clue what this is at all, honestly. I just know it's official content, obviously. But we shall see where this goes. I have no clue. We're going to watch this once, and then we're going to watch the lyric video straight afterwards. So let's just see what this brings us. I don't know, honestly. Last song. And I know that there is a remix, I think, of Sweet Venom, and also the version with Bella Porch, which I could react to, but I think that'd be a lot. So I'm just going to, if I enjoy Sweet Venom, which I do, of course, I'm just going to include those two in the, like, in there as well, because I'm not somebody who usually seeks out remixes anyway. There's like only one song that I love the remix more than the original, you know? It doesn't happen often. But let's dive right in and see what we have in store here. Let's go. It's Summer Lads. Ooh. Ooh, he says hair's almost purple here. Like that. Ooh. A little youthful here. The fluffy sweater agenda. Yes, please. Love it. Ooh. This is very pretty. Hey. This is such a summer song immediately. Hey. This is so beautiful, by the way. Is this in Korea? Because to me it does not look like Korea, but I don't know enough probably to know that for sure. But it looks absolutely stunning. Yeah. If I'd heard this like 6 months ago, I would be like, hell yeah. You know, because sometimes I think I'm a like summer person all the way throughout the year. Like Sarah Larson, you know, Never Ending, Midnight Sun, The Summer Isn't Over Yet. You know, like that's me. I'm not going to let summer go until it's like, yeah, it's too late. And honestly, it has been too late for long. But I'm just saying, like, I love anything that relates to summer because I love summer more. It's better. It's better. But looks stunning, and this feels very just nice and comfortable, in my opinion, this song. Just want to smile, you know? Again, Jongwon knows peak with the fluffy sweater. Ooh! Can't tell what book that is. If it is even a book. I assume it's a book. But the color and the kind of filter on this video is making me nostalgic. Oh! Oh! Hello? Orange flower. That's how they sing it. I like that. What is that? Is that a tire? I think I had like Jaeyeon last week when I did Dandelion and Roses. When I saw that and I was like, oh shit, we took a turn because now something is wrong. So I was fully expecting it to be like spoiler alert for like a Stranger Things situation where they just like find a body. That was me in that moment. It's a tire. Good to know. Is he so? No, it's not fluffy, but it's still cool. The fruits, the weather. I want to be there right now. To just like do this tonight now, you know? This would be a great encore. Beautiful. I can say about all of them though, obviously. Wow. How pretty! How pretty! That was really nice. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, if we're gonna be honest, probably my like least favorite song on the album so far, because, you know, if you guys know me, you know I'm not the biggest fan of guitars, especially like the more acoustic sound. Just not my thing. And it was also like quite slow, but it still did make me feel safe and comfortable, you know? Like it's very much a song I think that I could put on. You know, I haven't made like playlists yet for like specific times of day or like specific tasks and whatnot, and I think that's probably a good idea on my part, but it kind of feels like a decompression kind of song of just like listening to it and be like kind of staring up at the sky and being like, all right, it's time to relax, time to just enjoy life for a moment. Like that's kind of what it feels like to me. It's just getting to chill out for a moment, and I think we all need that. So just get to relax is what I feel like I got from this. But obviously I don't know entirely 100% because I haven't made the lyrics, but that's what we're going to do right now. But I like these look a lot. Most of them were wearing like sweaters or cardigans, and I like that vibe. But Sonu with his little vest moment. That's really nice. Again, I'm just all for this one. This is also fluffy though. So Sangwon, you also got it. You know peak. I have like, if you don't know the lore of me, I have like 6 fluffy sweaters that I alternate between. I love them. I love them. They're warm and they look cute, in my opinion. So, but anyway, we have one more thing to go though. We're going to be watching this again, or listening to this again, with the lyrics, so I understand what is being sung here, because I got a couple things. Obviously, they said orange flower, and I think something about fate too. But yeah, we shall dive into it one more time. And also these images are like, whoa. Clearly, sometimes I'd be watching something and I'm like, you put this through hella filters. And yeah, that's what I see anyway. But let's dive right in and check out these lyrics, and then we are finished for this listen. This went by so quickly, by the way. I feel like I blinked and now it's done. So that's crazy, but I'm gonna listen to all of them obviously again and do my final rating like I always do. But that was kind of crazy. I feel like I woke up. But let's go. This was released though in like October or something, right? I believe. So a little too late for a summer song. It's gonna be sweet, isn't it? I think so. Curse. This is so sweet. It is. Ah. Is there a specific flower that they're referencing? Because I don't know flower language well enough to be like, I know exactly. Because is there an orange flower that's like, oh, this one is like it for... Is it like chrysanthemum? I don't know. Because I recently got the Lego flower that's the chrysanthemum, and that one is orange. I don't know. I need to see if there's one that I can like connect this to. If it's like one of them that's like everlasting love or something. I think that'd be perfect, obviously, for this. You know. Young One and So Eternity. That's what I heard. Yeah. Oof. They're always so flowery with their language and their songs. Like it's wild. Again, the flattery is strong in their songs, and I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also just like, for me, because they always obviously you use you in songs, right? Because there's not, it wouldn't hit the same if it was like, I will serve Jennifer forever, you know, like that wouldn't be the same. And also, I think most people agree that you want songs to be like relatable to like a broader aspect, like broader group of people, right? So I get why they do that, but it's also just a little bit like, whoa, you feel these things about me, you know, in a weird parasocial way. Hey. That was over too quick. Too quick! Girl, come on. Come on now. Come on now. Zion. It's fine though. It's fine. We'll deal with it. It's only natural to be mad. It's only natural to feel given up on. I don't know what I'm saying with this. But yeah, that was the entirety of the Orange Blood album. It feels like it literally, like I said, it feels like I blinked and now I have opened my eyes again and we're finished. It's so wild. Yeah, obviously we're going to talk about it a little bit more as I do the album listen or at the the review. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but I feel like this album was just very, because I can't remember if we had any songs from Dark Blood who like that weren't, I think probably the last song of the album was that one that was more of like, we're going to get up on the stage and we're going to like kill it or whatever. I think that had a song like that in Dark Blood. But here it feels like all of them were connected to, again, that constant theme that I see in their music, which is love, devotion, spirituality, soulmates, that kind of thing. Like just all into one. A lot of mentions of gods and stuff. Like that's what I see. And that's been like an overall theme throughout this entire listen, I would say. It's just a lot of that very intense kind of love for, again, this person. Don't know who it is. Don't know if it even is directed to anybody. You know, that's how it is. But yeah, I enjoyed this vibe a lot though. I liked it. We're gonna have to see as soon as we listen to this, and I think like, because I found such a fucking, like, again, Dark Blood was a riot. I really enjoyed that entire album, so we're gonna see as a whole if I like it. Probably on a whole I won't like it as much, but it was still a good time, and I'm not gonna knock something, you know. I think as long as you're not making something that's offensive, then I truly couldn't be bothered enough to be like, this is bad, you know. Like, that's just not how I feel. If your creative preferences differ to mine, that's just humans, you know? Like, that's just who we are. That's how we are. We are always going to differ in the way that we think because we all have different brains, you know? But anyway, enough talk about psychology and whatnot. I enjoyed that a lot, like I mentioned, but I'm going to be listening to it again and give my final rating at the end of this video from 1 to 5 stars, depending on how many songs that I enjoyed in total and that I would say is going on the playlist, you know what I mean? So that is what is going to be happening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like this video, subscribe if you enjoyed this, and keep up with my weekly stuff now, because I believe I'm going to probably do, it's probably going to be 2 more parts, but on Tuesdays on Patreon and Wednesdays on YouTube, you're going to be able to see my music video marathon series on them. So keep your eyes peeled if you enjoyed this one, and also obviously the first episode of Music Video Marathon. But I'm going to be back in just a second, and then we're going to talk about this album, shall we? So let's go. All right, lovelies, I'm back. I have deliberated. I got a little bit more comfortable just sitting back in my seat. I have to be out of my house in like 20 minutes, so that is fun. And I haven't eaten dinner, so we're gonna see how that goes. I did go a little. I got over a little bit of my allotted time, but it's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's chill. I literally have like, it's probably gonna be like an hour-long meeting, and that's about it. And then I can immediately go home. So it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, let me read off what I wrote and what I had, my thoughts were. I don't have my phone with me right now because it needed to be charged. So I'm reading it off my computer right now. So sorry to all of y'all that I can't show you and prove what I'm saying is the truth. But I swear I have a computer screen, of course. Yeah, I have a computer screen in front of me, but it has my notes open. So yeah, I got, of course, into Orange Blood, and as a final rating, out of 5 stars, it got a 4. I thought that would be the case, and I talked about it like kind of a little bit at the end there, but yeah, I'm just gonna read off what I wrote because I think it tells the story. So yeah, the intensity that their music has really stuns me. As a package, this worked really well, and I thought it told a cohesive story. Love is more important than living forever. That is at least what I got, or that love can be equal to and more important even, you know, than, you know, living forever, which is sort of what I got from here. And it might be connected to, again, I don't know enough about their webtoon, and I don't think it controls that much of their story, you know, but they seemingly have, you know, we've done stuff about vampires and about that kind of thing, so it feels a little bit, again, supernatural in its origins, this type of like idea of like, I would give up forever for you, but it also is just a romantic sentiment, and I talked about that too. It's kind of, I'm a little bit soft for it as well. But yeah, faves on this album were Sweet Venom, Still Monster, and Blind. I enjoyed those quite a bit. Very different songs for sure, but I think they all like made sense, and I appreciated them for what they wanted to tell. And sorry to Orange Flower, that's where I come. Orange Flower, the sweetness of these lyrics are undeniable, okay? And I forgot to do this until now, but because again, I have had troubles with my keyboard, and that's why I haven't wanted to type on here, because it's annoying. So let me see if I can see. It's always really hard though to type and talk at the same time, but I am going to see if I can get any knowledge about this, because I think it would be cool. No, I'm not trying out AI mode, what the fuck. Orange flowers in flower language symbolize enthusiasm, warmth, joy, and energy. Creativity, warmth, passion. I think that makes a lot of sense. But obviously every single, here we go. Chrysanthemums are cheerfulness and friendship. Okay, so it wasn't chrysanthemum. Orange blossom, for instance, means chastity, purity, and loveliness. Maybe, potentially. Let me see, just a little quirk check here as well. But obviously, they're likening it to some very strong and lovely bonds. But yeah, let me see here. Oh, this is just a huge guide. Okay. Maybe not. We do have some here. Chrysanthemum, friendship, flowers, that means sympathy. Yeah, this is a really long article. I'm not going to have time to read through this, obviously. But I'm assuming that obviously there might be something in flower language related to it, but also that idea of just like, and I wrote this down, so I'm just going to read it off. Very sweet and loved, like, likening to a flower blooming, about love. So that idea of like love kind of being, it makes it more, I think, understandable, of that feeling of like blossoming and almost like a, whoa, what is this? It's beautiful though, like that kind of thing. Love, just not really my style, the song itself. It just isn't what I tend to like gravitate towards, so that's why I decided on that. But yeah, super strong and excited to continue reacting to them, obviously in the future, but also now in my Music Video Marathon series. And you know, make sure to tune into that, because we're going to get into some fun stuff next week. So, you know, turn on your calendars, turn on your reminders, or whatever you want to do, because that's what's going to be happening. But anyway, like I said, I need to leave. Now it's like 15 minutes until I need to leave. But I love y'all. I hope you know that. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for joining me on this reaction. Next week, we're gonna get into Ado's, I believe it's Kyosaga or something like that. Kyo something. I don't have it in front of me, and I don't know if I can actually find it before I end up needing to basically leave. No, I think I can do this in a fairly short amount of time. My brain is doing a lot better than it was a couple of weeks ago, let's just say. So I think I can manage this in a fairly okay amount of time. So let me just go to her. It is Kyojin by Ado is going to be next week. So look forward to that. That is going to be a long one, but I'm ready for it. I don't have as packed of a schedule next week, so that's great for me. But anyway, love you guys so much. I hope you know that. So yeah, I need to leave. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and check me over on Patreon. I do a lot of things over there, including early access to most of my YouTube videos, as well as K-drama and variety watches, doing Twinkling Watermelon, as well as doing award shows, and I'm watching JYP Game Caterers. So yeah, check that out if you would enjoy that. Like this video if you like it, and if you have the request, you can leave it down in the comments below, and hopefully I get to it one day. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Free Palestine, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!